Welcome, good evening, Brentwood. Welcome to the October 21st regular meeting of the Mayor and Council of the Town of Brentwood. This meeting is obviously in person, but you're still welcome to send comments in to our town clerk, and you can always watch on YouTube. Let's start with a call to order and the roll call. Yep.
Councilmember Glenn Harris Jr.
Present.
Councilmember Juan Alamiang.
Present.
Councilmember Julia Elrod.
Present.
Vice Mayor Jerry Burgess.
Present, ready to serve.
Mayor Lucia Tomino Lopez.
Excused, she'll be here later.
Town Administrator Shelley Dorsey Washington.
Present.
Police Chief Anthony Ayers.
Present.
Interim Town Treasurer Shelley Dorsey Washington.
Present.
Town Clerk Larry Moran present. And lastly, our Town Attorney Jason DeLoach.
Present.
Excellent, excellent. Let's have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which we stand, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. I'd like to entertain a motion to approve the agenda, please.
A motion to approve the agenda on today, October 21st, at 7 p.m.
Would be welcome to have a second.
Second.
Great. So moved then. Any additions or deletions? Very good. All right. Then I'll move on to reading the upcoming events. We've got several exciting events. Just on the less exciting side, the town center will be have a closure on Thursday, October 23rd from 10 to 2, and they'll reopen from 2 to 5 that very same day. Also on October 27th, from 9 to 4, we have Butterfly Day, where folks can interact with artists as they do the sidewalk art installations. We have our Haunted House Experience, spearheaded by our new Chief of Police. That's on October 31st, from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Community Center. Chief, any additional comments to that? You excited?
Yes, already ready to go.
All right, outstanding. Following on that same theme, October 31st, we have Trunk or Treat from 6 to 9 in Bartlett Park. They're really pretty much at the same location. Excellent. Back on the mundane again, the next town work session will be Tuesday, November 4th. That'll be via Zoom, not in person. Please join us virtually. The Citizens Advisory Committee will meet Thursday, November 6th at 6:30 p.m. at the Old Town Hall. And Sunday, October 26th, the Gateway Aging in Place folks will meet at Town Hall in the afternoon. Clerk, public comments, please.
No email public comments.
No public comments. Any public comments from the audience? Very good. Mr. Scratney? Mr. Scratney, before you get going, just to let you know, if you give us your full name, the street you live on, and just to let you know you're limited to 2 minutes.
I will be brief. Brian Scretney, 40th Street and Volta. Sorry I missed you all last week. It's good to see, or last meeting. It's good to see you again. Thank you to the town clerk for reading the comments that I submitted. I just want to follow up again on traffic safety on Volta. I want to make sure that we continue to move forward, implementing the good work that the council has done in passing the resolution limiting commercial vehicles on our streets, and also installing speed humps on Volta Avenue. I had a very good conversation with the town administrator. I understand everything is progressing and moving forward. I just want to make sure that we stay on that path. Also, I saw that there was a Safe Streets conversation at the last meeting that unfortunately I wasn't able to participate in. Happy to take part here. If it's happening again, I don't see anything on the agenda, but it may be worked in anyway. Happy to contribute either here or at the next Safe Streets meeting. But again, thank you for all your work, and let's stay on top of getting these projects done.
Thank you very much, Mr. Scratney.
Thank you.
If I may, Councilmember Harris or Ms. Dorsey Washington, when is the next Safe Streets meeting? Do we know? Has it not been scheduled?
Hasn't been scheduled.
Hasn't been
as of yet.
scheduled? Do you anticipate one in October, or will it take place in November?
Probably November.
Probably November?
Mhm.
Okay, very good. All right. We move on now to the reports. Chief, you are up for your report for the month of September.
Yes, I have turned in a report for the month of September in reference to things that we have done at the police department. First of all, we had a couple of complaints, citizen complaints in the neighborhood for Wyndham Road. I had a couple of complaints in reference to people parking and blocking the sidewalks. I went out there, spoke to the owner of the property as well as the occupants, let them know how important it is not to block the driveway. I believe that situation has been addressed and it's no longer a problem. Also, we had a problem with a trailer inside a backyard. It was on the grass. One of the neighbors believed that the trailer might be stolen. We ran the tags and weren't registered to the trailer, and did not come back stolen at the time. That information was turned over to our code enforcement officer. He went over to the house, spoke to the owner, as well as the occupants, and found out that the owner gave the occupant the trailer.
Okay.
And we told them that, you know, the trailer has to be put on the asphalt or paved pad. It can't be left on the grass. He said he was going to use it for storage. We told him if you use it for storage, it still has to be on a pad, but you have to remove the axle as well as the tires if you want to leave it as a permanent storage facility. He said he just need a couple weeks to get that in compliance. Code enforcement officer is going to give him some time to actually get that taken care of. That's all the complaints we had for September. We did go to a lot of events as well as do a couple of activities. We had a senior trip on September 6th. We had a Hispanic Heritage event, Safe Streets meeting we attended. Mount Rainier Police Chief's swearing in ceremony. The new chief of police is over there now, Miss Proctor, Chief Proctor. She's over there now. Chief Perez. She's now active over there in Brentwood. My swearing in was also last month. We also had a couple meetings with the seniors. They are very interested in trying to get a schedule of events for our seniors in the community in reference to trips as well as activities during the months. So they're supposed to be getting us a schedule so we can actually assist them with that. We also had Blue Lights Nights where we worked with the Sheriff's Department to actually make sure our streets were safe that one night and make sure that we have police presence on the main arteries coming into the town. We did a couple traffic stops, as well as during the course of the day, we walked around, talked to citizens, we got our cars, took pictures with them, introduced myself to a lot of citizens. So it's pretty much a very positive engagement of our citizens that day. We also, moving forward, during October, we had Coffee with the Chief up at the Mix. We also had Purple Night Lights ceremony with the Sheriff's Office. Mount Rainier had a public safety night, which we attended. We had work sessions, of course. National Walk and Ride Bike to School, I participated in that. We also had lunch with the chief up at Thomas Stone, which I sat down with the students, had lunch with all of them. I talked to them, see what their needs are, introduced myself to them. And it's kind of was beneficial because after that, when I see the kids in the neighborhood, they know who I am, so that's a great thing. So we try to do that once a month, so I'll be sitting down and eat lunch with them once a month. We also had a hearing up in Marlboro in reference to domestic violence. I met Blue Lights, we also, Love Me Yourself event was canceled due to the fact that we didn't have enough people that showed up. We also was involved in International Day event. Upcoming events is going to be our town hall. Upcoming events we're going to have in a couple of weeks is going to be a Halloween. And also we have our Police Academy graduate, which is our own Martha Aguilera. She's going to be graduating from her sessions 55 from Prince George Community College Police Academy on Friday, October 24th at 6 p.m. It's going to be at the Center for Performing Arts building inside the Grand Theater. Tickets have to be, you have to have a ticket to actually attend. We do have 12 tickets reserved for us. So if you'd like to come, please get in contact with Anna. We make sure that, we get a ticket available if you want to attend. And that's pretty much all I have for right now.
Great, thank you so much, Chief. Great to see all the different opportunities for community engagement. Council comments on the report itself, questions, requests for the chief, additional information you might want from the chief, those kinds of things. Councilmember Elrod?
Thank you, Chief. This is really helpful. I like, seeing some more sort of narrative or qualitative aspects of the job. I would love, whatever cadence we can manage to have some understanding of the stop sign camera violations and like what's happening on a monthly or quarterly basis, just so we can kind of keep tabs on that and we don't sort of take our eyes off of that as an issue in town and that we're monitoring progress. So
Yes,
yeah, thank you.
no problem.
Very good. Councilmember Arningro Millan, question, comment?
No, I agree that I really want to make sure that we have a summary of the statistics on the stop sign cameras, every single report, because it's something that the constituents are just really interested in having that information.
So statistics.
Yeah.
Great. Councilmember Harris, anything?
No, I think both of those points raised and taken would be great to come back with that feedback next meeting.
No problem.
Yeah, I'll just make one small comment on the statistics that all three of these have alluded to. We've had, umpteen number of different versions of how we report incidences, house calls, calls to action, thefts, those kinds of things. It might be worth just sitting down with together, maybe some of us, to talk about how we might want to do that in the future. How we might want to report these things to make them more useful. I mean, sometimes we've had just tables of incidents, phone calls, and things. I'm not sure how helpful that is, but sometimes we also have like historical comparisons with current incident reports. I think that's more helpful, but there's probably some other ways that you've done in your other municipalities as well that we can kind of meld and get, just keep everybody as informed as we can.
Right. And I apologize. I can have more detailed report next month. But I do have some things that, probably someone will bring to attention. We did have an armed person in the community that we found out that it was an armed person. That's on the report. Also, we had 3 break-ins that were found out that the break-ins weren't break-ins at all. There were people who actually come in and do services on that property. Gunshots, we had 1. It was unfounded. And those are the only major calls for service that we had last month.
All right, great. I like the fact that they're unfounded and
Right.
good endings to all of those. Thank you so much, Chief. Really appreciate it. Moving forward then with the reports, let's go over to the treasurer, Ms. Dorsey Washington. Stage is yours.
Yep. Treasurer's cash report as of the end of September 2025. Ending balance in the general fund is $510,450.44. ARPA balance, that account is 0 and it should be closed out. Ending balance, can't even read that. But ending balance in the CIP account is $235,272.33. Ending balance in the PNC investment account is $344,444.81. Ending balance in the money market is $189,860.12. Ending balance in the merchant account is $64,346.94. Ending balance in the BB Truist checking is $243,461.28. Total cash on hand at end of September is $1,587,835.92. The summary of the budget versus actual to date. Total income is $1,406,097.89. Total expense is $725,153.25. Surplus is $680,944.64. And so you can see that we got that influx of property tax revenue, and so we're now in the good. Previous months, I was showing us having a surplus. And I will apologize because there was on this last page, there was a couple of adjustments here at the end, and those taken into consideration, the actual net income for the end of September is $681,447.91. And the total bills submitted for your review between September 17th and October 16th, 2025, amounted to $152,218.85. And that completes the reading of the finance report, subject to audit.
Thank you very much, Ms. Dorsey Washington, and
You're welcome.
as is my custom, I will see if anybody has a question or comment or concern. I'll start with Councilmember Elrod. All good. Councilmember Rangomian,
Oh, good.
clearly you're doing a good job. I'll finish with Councilmember Harris.
Hey, thank you for the good report as always.
All right. And how much, all right, just one, could you clarify the cash on hand again? My eyes aren't as good as they should
So
be.
it was almost 1.6 million. It was, total cash on hand is $1,587,835.92.
Okay. And my only other question goes with the website, which I know we did some upgrades and we approved some Civic Plus things. Is that all reflected in this month's report, or do we still owe them for the improved services that we're getting from them?
That has been paid for the
Okay.
agenda.
Great, great. All right. Then we will move forward then. Time for the town administrator's report, and once again, Ms. Dorsey Washington.
Yes, Town Administrator's Report. Updates, 38th Street, or 38th Place sidewalk installation. So the design plan is 60% complete, and so they're ready to move forward. And I prepared that email to send off. I did send out an email to see if anyone had any questions or comments. Wasn't really expecting a lot of feedback, but I will instruct them to move forward. Safe Streets Grant update, so Volta recommendations, we did have a discussion at the last meeting, so we will be moving forward with the one-way in the direction heading out of town, headed towards Rhode Island Avenue. Speed bumps, I'm waiting on, or speed humps. I'm waiting on quotes to have speed humps installed, as well as some paving that we need to do around town. So I'm hoping to bring that forth in the next meeting for you guys to review.
May I?
Yes.
Just curious, going around town, there are, I don't know, a score of different versions of the speed humps, speed bumps. Could you just give a visual of the ones that you're pursuing? Like, are they the ones that are 3 feet wide with a 12-inch rise on them, or are they the little tiny ones that rumble?
So they're not those huge ones, but they are raised and flat. I haven't received the quotes to see what they're actually
Okay.
providing to me. But I know they're not bumps.
Okay, all right, very good.
And I'm hoping to be able to even add like the little arrows on them, because I know folks seem to kind of like that. You can kind of see it in advance that the speed hump is coming. But I will share that information before we move forward with anything.
Wait, oh, sorry.
Question about the?
Well, yeah. May I be recognized real quick?
Absolutely.
I just wanted to know if you can give us a quick update on the speed bumps that were already installed before and left. There's some constituents.
They've been removed.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Yes. Public art installation, so that's in progress. If anyone's been out there on Rhode Island Avenue, especially in front of Mixed Hall, you see artists are out there and they're working, prepping the area and doing some great things. Meetings attended, I won't necessarily go through all of these, however, I do want to point out that we do have a new rep, Robert Johnson with Truist, and he's been actually working really hard for us. Our interest rate on our accounts have gone from like 0.01% to like 1.29%. And just to give you an idea of what that impact is, like, for instance, the general fund account, we were getting monthly interest of like $1.60. That's jumped up to almost $300 a month now.
Great.
So that's pretty significant. Hiring, so ads have been placed for the code officer and the treasurer position, getting some good feedback or responses for the code position. Only received one in regards to the treasurer. CNET, I'll be glad when I can get this off of my report. So the county and Comcast have completed their portions, and the holdup now is with Peak in terms of what they need to do to get us up online. Community center, so we have gone back and done some additional cleanup, and so that we can prep, and we're looking to do a pantry or install a pantry. And in order to do that, we have to remove some things, but we did purchase some shelving for that, and we're hoping that by Thanksgiving, you know, people would be able to utilize the pantry in some capacity. Public Works, installed the signage or the permit parking signage on 37th Street. We installed the no parking restriction signs on Jackson Street. We're still painting crosswalks. That's in progress. All of our curbs should be done. So if you see areas that should be painted yellow, blue, or red, and it's not done, then it was missed. And, you know, just let us know, and I can get Public Works back out there to address it. And I already mentioned that next meeting, I'm going to be bringing forth some recommendations to pave some streets. And these are streets that are really in need of paving. There's a lot of dips, or there's potholes, a lot of, you know, just significant damage to the streets, and they just need, could use a fresh coat of asphalt. Chief already mentioned our graduate from the Police Academy. Reminder, CPM program, retreat week next week for me. That's 9 to 4. I have availability at lunchtime. And reminders, tips. The only one that I do want to bring to everyone's attention is pets. Dogs should be on a leash. If they're found to not be on a leash, they could be impounded. There are fines associated with dogs not being on the leash. The first offense is $50. The second offense is $200. And also want to remind everyone to pick up your dog's waste. That's been, for whatever reason, the last month or so has been a huge issue around town where waste is not being picked up. That is a $100 violation if you are caught. And that completes the reading of the town administrator report.
Thank you very much. And as I've been doing this, I'll ask if each of the council members, if they have a question or comment for you. This time I'll start with Councilmember Arango Millon.
I want to say that I'm really impressed with the artwork. It's really beautiful, and it really stands out. So thank you so much for moving that project forward.
You're welcome.
Councilmember Harris.
Yeah, the artwork captured me too. It really looks nice, and I think it's really a good stamp on the town.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you for this report. Echo my fellow council members' remarks on the art. I think it really, you know, we were just up in Western Maryland for the Maryland Municipal League, and they had at one of the events street art and different art that, you know, that the state municipalities have done. So I look forward to our art being featured in that in the future. I do have some questions around the food pantry installation.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to better understand sort of, is this something that the town will just be stocking and having it available? Is this something that, you know, we're going to advertise to residents that they can contribute to that? I know we are doing a food drive, but I'm wondering if there's an additional sustained effort once that's available to like newly, communicate to people that they can contribute to that and how people can access it as well.
So yes, so we definitely want donations.
Yeah,
And
okay.
we did do the canned food drive, but I don't think we've received anything as of
Okay.
yet. And I think that's probably a discussion at the next meeting in terms of any contributions the town wants to make
Okay.
to the food pantry.
May I make a comment?
Mhm.
So I spoke with the, believe it's called the National Food Bank. And I attended the meetings that require in order to partner to see kind of like what you have to do, what we have to be, what we need to be qualified. So I'm already in touch with the coordinator that focuses on Maryland, and I'm planning to, so I just got everything. I think I attended a meeting, it was yesterday, matter of fact. So they sent me all the information so that we could, that tells us what we have to do to qualify. We qualify basically for everything already, especially if we have the shelves and everything. So I believe they did say that they want a fridge, to have some sort of fridge that we can keep things frozen. It's one of the requirements, but I will be sending all of that to you, so you can take a look of what we need and also put you in contact with the coordinator in Maryland. She already knows about us, and she has us on our list, and she will be working with us step by step to tell us what we could do to qualify. There is a paid, so there's like different levels. It's like there's a paid version where we pay some money to get a certain type of food, but there are the perishables, which is free. So I mean, there's different types of things, but I will be sending all of that information to you.
Okay. So, and it may be also worth reaching out to, I guess, some of the local churches, because I know we've had discussions in the past about having a food pantry and partnering with one of the churches, but we didn't have space to do it. And so, so
would
it'd
be
be
great.
worth reaching out to them again, and I can check with the staff to find out which churches those were.
Were your questions dealt with?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, very good. Then I just have one quick one. Could you put on the HR hat for a moment and tell us what the next move is with the treasurer?
So, well, the next move with the treasurer is, it's advertised. Just waiting to get some submissions. I have one.
Is there a closing date on that advertisement, or is it rolling?
No, there was a closing date on it, but it's gonna have to be extended. I'm gonna probably have to reach out and advertise in some other areas as well, like ZipRecruiter or something
Yeah.
like that. Unfortunately, when you do that, we tend to get a ton of submissions from folks that just aren't qualified.
Yeah.
But I have to get some traction from somewhere.
Okay.
So
Yeah,
we currently have a temp that's here
Right.
assisting.
Indeed, have we put the job
Yes,
out with them?
we've used Indeed in the past as well.
I just
Yeah.
would imagine that those services would yield us hundreds of applicants, and like you say, maybe only 5 are qualified, but
Yeah, so I kind of had it on pause because this is also audit time. And so the temp has been helping with that. And as I shared with the mayor, I didn't want to go through a transition in the middle of an audit. So we're wrapping that up. And so this was a good time to actually, re-advertise.
okay.
And hopefully, like I said, we'll get some good applicants.
Have we
Yeah.
considered the temp,
But we have a temp.
right? As in like maybe a full time? Her,
The current temp?
right?
No,
Probably,
yeah.
Gotcha.
No, it hasn't been considered, no.
very good. And just to follow up, the code officer, what kind of timeline are we looking at for that? And have you had applicants for that?
So, yes, so I believe I have about 5 applicants.
Very good.
And I'm hoping to, not next week because that's my retreat week, but the week
Mhm.
after, do interviews.
Okay.
So I'll be contacting folks this week.
All right. I don't know if any of the council wants to partner up with the interviews or not, but if so, maybe let Ms. Dorsey Washington know.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Nope.
All right, very good. If there's no further comments for the town administrator report, then we'll move forward. Okay. On the agenda, code enforcement report is
Yes.
there. Do you want to?
Yes, so, just real quick, for the month of September, there was 3 rental inspections, business license inspections was 5, violation notices 7, tow warning 6, 1 permit, building permit issued, there was 1 parking ticket and 6 citations. And you can see there that, from that activity, the bulk of it was violation notices, which represents 24%. And behind that was citations, civil citations and tow warnings at 21%, and then business license inspections.
Questions with regard to code? Okay. Only one quick one for me. When we get a new code officer, whenever that might be, when we're back up to fully staffed with 2, will there be weekend patrols by code?
Yes, and we currently have them now, we just not as often because we
Okay.
only have 1 person.
Right.
Mhm.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Just want to make a comment. I really appreciate the graph. I think it's
Oh, you're
really nice.
welcome.
All right, we will move forward then with mayor and council reports. Let's have Cable TV Authority, Councilmember Angomion.
Yes, so for the cable committee, I've been really trying to just focus on what we could do for outreach, making sure that we are communicating not only what is happening here, which I think, you know, we do have a position already, that the communications officer, but we do, I did want to talk about a little bit about and I know that the town administrator spoke about it a little bit, the University of Maryland students that we're working with, and they're focusing on they're like the eye consultancy group that, you know, I've been mentioning for a while now, but, you know, we're working with them closely with the town administrator and just trying our best to make sure that that our website is more accessible and more, you know, that we have the best possible website. So they're giving us the recommendations and we're making proper edits on that. And then also, I've been trying to spread the word out with like Know Your Rights. So we've been, I had an event with Senator Augustine, Delegate Fennell, Mayor Rocio as well, that she participated in hosting and Delegate Julian Ivey. And I hope I didn't forget anybody else. It's a lot of people, but we partnered up with CASA and also with the Prince George's County IRC to not only have an event in person, which Vice Mayor Burgess helped me attend that day, and then also we had the event that we had virtually was really about teaching folks how to get involved, right? Folks that like in the community that want to get involved, and we didn't just include folks from Brentwood; it's for everybody. So we're going to continue having those type of events virtually, and I hope that you guys join. And then, yeah, I guess that's all I have to share for now.
Excellent. Any green team comments?
Yeah, oh yeah. So for the green
do it.
team,
Yeah.
oh yeah. So we've there has been a lot of efforts to do some outreach and recruitment for the green team. So we've been going to the farmers markets. So definitely stop by. There's some really amazing information. We've been having events like we did the plant swap. I believe, I'm not sure if I brought that up last time. But there's been also efforts to do like organic waste compost campaign. So there's been talks to see if we can partner with the municipality that's already doing that. But that's something we're planning to implement. We're working on a community garden at the public works yard.
Mhm.
And then I really we need more help. So there's a lot of stuff that we're doing, and we really just don't have enough folks in the participating in. We do have a good group, but we do need more. So I just want to encourage everybody to attend our next meeting. So we have meetings every second Wednesday of the month. and they are on Zoom. Some of them might be in person. But the next one that we have is is November 12th and December 10th. So please stop by, and just want to give let everybody know about our award that we got from Sustainable Maryland. So we actually, the town of Brentwood was able to be. So the town of Brentwood has a sustainability committee. Was able to be Maryland certified, Sustainable Maryland certified, right? So we were able to get the silver certification. We were bronze last time, so that just means that we've been able to do a lot of, they take everything into account, right? Like policy, legislation, event, things that we've been able to implement in the town for sustainable practices. And I believe there's only like 58 that got awarded out of every municipality in the town. So in the state. So in the town, we recently went to MML, and we got the award, and it was really prestigious award. So I would say we were one of the few that got silvers. So that ends the report.
Thank you so much. While the mayor's just orienting herself, then I'll move very quickly to Public Works Committee and Councilmember Harris.
Excuse me, Vice Mayor, just
Yep.
one comment.
Oh, yeah.
I believe we currently have Verizon broadcasting capabilities. I don't know if Matt is broadcasting tonight because I didn't confirm. However, we were able to get that up and running finally. Great. So, great.
Councilmember Harris?
I was just putting the thumbs up on that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, short report for me as far as Public Works. I believe the town administrator already covered a lot. Thanks to the town for coming out with all the Safe Street meetings and really going and addressing some of the issues and concerns across the town. It's good to see us get into motion right now, really getting some of those traffic safety measures out across the town and seeing them thoughtfully implemented. And so I'm really proud of that. And a lot of that is thanks to you, sir, for keep being persistent and patient with us. Looking forward to getting more done across the town. I know the survey is over with, but if you still have some more issues and concerns, I want the town to know you can always go ahead and email us, and we'll get it up to the consultants with Safe Streets. And that's it for me for the Public Works Committee update.
All right. Thank you. I apologize, but I have work duties tonight. Well, we have next is our council member Elrod and special events.
Thank you. So special events is working away. We had a great International Day thanks to the amazing efforts of our town administrator, our chief of police, our town clerk, and our police clerk who helped pull together an amazing event. We had delicious food and Indian, we had Filipino, Jamaican, we had delicious pupusas, of course. We had some great entertainment. Just all came together really well, especially on this past Saturday. The weather was gorgeous. It just was a very nice afternoon. Great way to spend the day. We've got the Halloween events coming up, again, that our awesome chief is leading. So the trunk or treat for the younger kids who may be more interested in the candy, the Halloween, the haunted hospital experience for the kids who are a little bit more interested in the spooks and scares. And then I'm meeting with our events folks here at the town staff tomorrow, and we're going to talk about sort of what's coming up. By my listing, some things that we should be seeing in the next 2 months before the end of the year is a Veterans Day ceremony, a Thanksgiving dinner and senior gala, and then a kids' holiday party. So we'll be digging into those and how we bring those to life. As always, we would love to have volunteers. It was so great to get to serve food to the folks who showed up and encourage them to try new and interesting things. So there's always an opportunity for people to look after one another through these events. So please email me. And that's what I've got. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Elrod. Citizen Advisory Committee. by Vice Mayor Burgess.
Thank you, Mayor. Many of these things I reported out during the working session, so I'm going to be brief today. We meet once a month. We'll meet again next on November 4th, Thursday at 6:30. But some of the things that we talked about were a reaffirmation of our sanctuary city ordinance and non-interference ordinance, which we did during the working session. We talked about resident relief fund, which I think we're going to talk a little bit further tonight. One thing that we wanted to encourage the council to think about that I didn't mention during the working session is dealing with the charter, and we'd like to. The working on the charter is a challenge for anybody, but we thought that perhaps we should consider having an official ad hoc committee that is paid for a term of maybe 6 months to work in and offer recommendations to the town, just to actually get that work done. And with that, I think that completed our discussions.
Mayor, may I be
Yes.
recognized? Thanks. So, Vice Mayor, I just wanted to share that I attended a really informative session at MML on charter amendments, so I'd love to, connect and help support that work.
Okay.
So.
I think we probably need to stick that on an agenda as an agenda item, perhaps for one of the future working sessions, so we can actually move forward with it. Otherwise, it's just not going to move.
Yeah, excellent. All right, my mayor's report, I just want to take this opportunity to highlight what Councilmember Arango Mian was saying about the sustainable achievement that we receive is so prestigious and is recognizable. We've been working on this since 2015 when we got first recognized thanks to the hard work of Councilmember Burgess. When we did a lot of the points, we had we had the bees.
Pollinator Festival.
Pollinator
Festival.
Yeah, something with bees, I know.
That's right.
We had a lot of points when we start talking about native plants. So this is an ongoing, and hopefully, we can make it to the gold medal. I'll say that. But we've been working with the University of Maryland Sustainable Committee to get certified. So I have to give kudos to former Councilmember Lauren Rao, who was diligently working on that grant to make us to get there. So I always say, give credit what credit's due, and she done a lot of the work that that you can see when it comes to climate action. So I wanted to say that because it's not just one, it's time, in order for us to accumulate those points, it's not in 1 year, it's over the years that we have been able to accomplish that, and we were recognized at the Maryland Municipal League Fall Conference. So we were able to complete 500 points in sustainability. So as Councilmember Juan said, 50 of the 160 municipalities, so we were one of them. So let's feel proud because progress is slightly moving, but it's there. So I also want to mention that I have different meetings. The Department of Education, the Prince George's County, they looking to partner with us. Before pandemic, we used to host the programs, the summer program, the youth summer program. So they're looking into that as well. And also, we've been talking about getting a lot of the businesses to participate and try to give opportunities during the summer to these kids to get some sort of training on some sort of hours to work and get into, the working field. So that's under discussion, so I'm gonna bring more information as I learn more exactly what they're looking to do with the municipalities. Also, I'm planning to work with different banks. You know, a lot of our residents have been furloughed from the feds. So I'm learning and trying to get more resources for the impacted families, especially when it comes to personal loans, because I know they might be going without pay. A lot of them, they're not receiving any type of payment. So it's a lot of things that, you know, are going on in different angles. We also working with the immigrant families that are impacted by all these ICE raids within the town, around the town, everywhere. So there has been a lot of communication that we have internally, because of course, you know, we're not gonna be putting our people at risk to come to a workshop. The only thing we can do is partner with our residents that are able to speak up and support our residents. We are also in the prep to go to the National Legal Cities in November. And today I had my meeting with the, it's the, what is it? Let me give you it's the real council meeting. Remember, I've been participating over the years. Brentwood has been one of the first that participated in the first cohort nationwide when it comes to racial equity and inclusion. So we're still part of the committee nationwide. So we had a meeting today, and we are looking to meet during the National Legal City Conference in November. So that's all I have for now, other than supporting events. International Day was great. Thank you so much for all you guys put together. It was amazing to see, you know, we don't have the amount of residents to come out, well, due to the situation that we're going through, but also a lot of our residents also were participating in the No Kings rally, so it was expected that might not be around. But that morning I did participate in the Gateways Farmers Market, which was a big successful event, and we were able to get residents, transport residents to the event so they can be part of that. So thank you, whoever was driving the van.
Angela, Public Works.
Public Works, yes, thank you for that. So that's what I have as report. So moving forward with this agenda is legislation, and we have an ordinance 2025-16 solicitation within the town limits. Is this the one we had the hearing here? Yes.
Recognize for a minute. For National League of Cities, might there be a chance for council members to go to that in Utah as well?
No, the registration.
It passed.
Yeah.
Okay.
We have to, we still can, for the one that they do in DC. But I don't remember what days. I think it's March.
I don't know the dates. Is it March?
Yeah, I think it's in March. All right. So, anything on the ordinance? What are we expecting to
Nope, I
pass?
think it's just,
All right,
Ready
so
to
I need a motion.
Can I interject
Yes.
something on the ordinance? This is going to be a codified ordinance, is it not? It's going to go in the code of ordinances. So we need to find a place in this ordinance where it's going to go in the code,
Oh, okay.
okay? This version does not have where it's going to go in the code. So that's an amendment that can be added as we go
Pending.
through the reading process, but
Okay.
we have to figure out where this is going to go in the code. Because the ordinance is supposed to be a replica of what's going to actually go in the code.
Any recommendations?
I can work with the town administrator to figure out where this should go.
Okay, so when they, council do the motion, you have to,
You can do a motion
Spell.
to approve it as it is right now, but understand during the reading process, the next time it's going to be amended to add the article in the code, or you can table it if you want, but we need to,
yeah, table it.
Messy otherwise.
Yeah, I think we should table it because we've had a first reading, a second reading in the hearing.
okay, so it's
and-
just gonna be pending language.
yeah, it's just going to be where it's going to be codified in the code.
Well, if needed, I mean, we can do a special meeting before the work session next month, if needed.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know, does it require another hearing?
no, you don't have to have
No,
a hearing,
because
but
the
we have to
substance of
vote.
it is not changing. It's just adding where it's going to be in the code. So, for instance, where it says, Section 2 definitions, that's going to be Section 18-1 of Chapter 18, one of the reserved chapters that we have in the code.
Okay. So, yeah, so we can table it and vote on it at the next meeting.
All right, what about the ordinance 2025-17 town seal use policy?
I think, that's the one
That-
where I sent you where it's going to go in the code, right?
Yes.
On
And
Friday.
I believe there's language in
Or on
here.
Monday.
You added language. So, well, how about I just read it?
Mhm.
Is that okay? Okay. So Town of Brentwood, Maryland Ordinance 2025-17, an ordinance of the Town of Brentwood, Maryland, regulating the use of the official town seal and logo. Whereas the Town of Brentwood seeks to protect the integrity and official use of its seal and logo, and whereas misuse of the town seal and logo may misrepresent official positions or imply endorsement, and now therefore be it ordained by the mayor and town council of Brentwood, Maryland, Section 1, definitions, town seal shall mean the official insignia adopted by the town for identification on official documents. B, town logo shall refer to the visual design and branding image used in the town communications and promotional materials. Section 2, ownership and control. Town seal and logo are the intellectual property of the town of Brentwood. All rights are reserved. Section 3, permitted use. Seal and logo may be used, A, by town officials, employees, and contractors for official purposes. B, on town property, publications, uniforms, digital platforms. Section 4, prohibited use. The seal and logo may not be used, A, for commercial purposes without prior written approval, B, in any political campaign material, C, in any way that suggests town endorsement of private products, services, or opinions, D, in a manner that alters the design and misrepresents the town. Section 5, commercial use application. A person or entity seeking to use the seal or logo for non-official or commercial purposes shall submit a written request to the town administrator or town clerk, including purpose of use, duration, medium of use, sample or mock-up. Approval is at the discretion of the town council and may include conditions or fees. Section 6, enforcement and penalties. Unauthorized use may result in, so this is an old version. Unauthorized use may result in A, cease and desist order, B, civil fines up to $500 per violation, C, legal action to recover damages, D, written warnings, E, referral to the Maryland State Ethics Commission, Section C, severability. If any provisions of this ordinance is held to be invalid or unconstitutional, such invalidity shall not affect the remaining provisions. Section 8, effective date. The ordinance shall take effect 30 days after passage in accordance with applicable law.
I need a motion.
So we don't need a motion. That's not the most current version.
Oh, that's not the current,
No.
okay. So this has to be tabled as well?
Yes.
So what are we missing on that?
Well, I think it could still count as a first reading, but the second, it's gonna be revised, when it comes back. It's gonna be minor revisions, but there are gonna be some revisions.
Okay, this is the first reading.
Yes.
We still need a hearing for this.
Yes, we will need a hearing. I don't know that we have to set it tonight, though.
Okay. All right, So this is table, and it's coming back for second reading on the next meeting. And we might discuss the hearing date then. Chapter 283, trees. Yes.
Sorry. Thank you, Mayor. As you know, during the working session, I took great pains to go over the current ordinance, the current part of the code that covers trees for the town of Brentwoods and its origins in the 90s, talked a little bit about canopy and such. So what we have here tonight is a 12-page draft ordinance, not to be read tonight. It's really just for council information tonight. It's also been given to Code and the town administrator for their comment as well. The things I would draw to everybody's attention tonight with this particular document is that it is a modification of the original Chapter 283, so that's kind of already identified, so we don't need to deal with that. But there's some overall goals of this document, and that's really what I wanted to talk about tonight. The ordinance as written has come out of years of discussion from several different green teams, several different green team leaders, tree committees. This particular draft has been through 10 versions. I believe it's been reviewed by the attorney twice at this point. So it's been through a lot of vetting, but this will be the first time that it's been exposed to the public at large and the council officially. So asking that over the next couple of weeks the council take some time to look this over and bring back any and all comments, and that goes for the general public as well. We tried with this document. I say we. We had a couple of folks from the University of Maryland put this together. Councilmember Rauch was really important, and so was her team, her cadre of volunteers over the past couple of years. But we really wanted to try to update the purpose of this chapter in the code, and so you'll see information about, Tree Solution Act of 2021. You'll see references to the county goals. You'll see references to the climate action plan and those types of things. Those may deserve some updating as well. We really wanted to align with state and county goals, and so that's written in here. We also wanted to make the case for a urban tree management plan, make the case for a kind of a permanent on-staff, on-call arborist with the town of Brentwood, something that we've talked about for a long time but haven't done so. This document tries to specify specific goals for the tree committee, how they work, what their role is, how they coordinate with the town. We also want to establish some rules for permitting. So you'll see information on here of trees of a certain size, kind of 30 inches at kind of chest height. If somebody wants to modify those, remove those, for any particular reason, there's a permitting process that's brought out in here. We really want to protect those large trees, so I'm going to ask Code and the town administrator specifically to pay attention to those sections, because it'll be their responsibility to deal with them should we pass it. It also impacts private property owners. It's not just an ordinance for town trees, it's for town-wide trees. So anybody watching on TV should really pay attention to this to see if they have any comments, and please send those comments to your favorite council person as well as the town clerk so they can be dealt with.
Jerry, I have a comment before you continue on that. One of the things that I learned during the summer was that the county gave a big citation to one of the homeowners that cut a tree that is kind of like one of the reserved trees, and he got a $5,000 fine for cutting the tree without permit, because that tree was kind of in the list of the protected ones. and it was on a private property.
Okay.
So we need to find out exactly what the county
Okay.
ordinance says,
Mhm.
because I remember that happened when they cut this huge tree on Allison Street. And then there was another one that was cut on Wyndham and 38. And I was shocked when I saw that tree gone because it was giving shade to like 3 houses in the row. And so I think we are only, because I remember working in Edmondstone, and they had, you have to get to a permitting process in order to get or cut a tree on your own property.
That's right. That's right. And that's
Yep.
the big beefy part of this
Mhm.
is dealing with that. I don't have anything to add tonight, Councilmember Engel-Mion. Maybe you do. He's also been heavily involved with this process. But I'll just stop. It's hard for me to stop, as some of you know.
When it comes to-
Just by saying, please look this over. It's got a lot of information. We eventually need to set some fines associated with this. I think that'll be a bit down the road. But I just really want to have all eyes on this because it's a fairly big change for the town in terms of how we deal with trees. Attorney Deloach, do you have any other comments or words of wisdom for us?
I know a lot of work was put into this. It's been sitting for a while. I think my initial review was maybe earlier this year in January, February. So I echo your comments. It's important legislation. So, yep.
Then the only action that I will take is, other than dealing with comments that anybody might have over the next couple of weeks, but it's my hopes to bring this in ordinance format at the working session
On
for
the
a
working
first
session.
reading.
Yeah, I'm table this for the working session. So any comments or suggestion, you can submit it to Councilman Burgess before the next meeting. Give me-
Okay, all right.
I'll send my
That's it.
findings. Okay, so we have A, B, and C table for the next meeting. We're moving down to Resolution 2025-15, solicitation permit fees. Town Administrator?
Yes, so this was previously presented and went back and made some adjustments. I don't know that we need to read it in its entirety. The updates were made to the fees. And so I will just start in section 2, permit fees established. So the fee for a solicitation permit shall be as follows. Individual solicitation permit, $40 per person, valid for 1 year. If there's additional solicitors, it's $15 for each additional person. Organizational group permit is $80 flat fee, covering up to 5 solicitors, valid for 1 year. And again, $15 for each additional solicitor.
This is for revision before we pass the ordinance?
No, this isn't for revision. I made updates from the last version that I presented in the previous meeting. I adjusted the fees down.
And just for clarity, because if you're watching on TV, it's a little obtuse what we're doing here. We have an ordinance on solicitation that we read earlier tonight, and this is the resolution coupled with that to deal with the fees.
Yes.
So that's why my question is, we don't have to approve this tonight because the ordinance is not.
I didn't hear what he said.
That was your voice.
Oh, was it really?
I think it's bleed over. Yeah, something electronic.
So yeah, this is the resolution for the permit fees. I mean, if you guys want to move forward with approval of it, we can.
So I'll ask you for a motion to approve this before the resolution? That's what,
May
I mean, the ordinance?
Quick comment first.
Uh-huh.
I'm not sure if we should move forward with a resolution before we deal with the actual
the
ordinance, but I
ordinance.
would
I agree
refer
with
to the
that.
Yeah.
attorney on that.
Yeah, I think you should wait for the ordinance
Yeah,
and then.
that's what I thought.
do the resolution.
Okay.
All right.
All right, so next one will be resolution 2025-16, Resident Relief Fund. We introduced, we had discussion in the next, the previous meeting about issuing some funds or taking some funds to support residents.
But
Uh,
I would actually like to make an amendment to this, but I don't know if we should wait until after the reading.
You should probably do the reading first and
Yeah.
then
Mhm.
make amendments.
You want some help on the reading?
So, sure, go for it.
Go ahead.
A resolution of the mayor and town council of the town of Brentwood to replenish the resident relief fund to support residents that are experiencing hardship due to loss of employment. Whereas the mayor and council wish to replenish a resident relief fund utilizing general fund monies in the amount of $30,000, the fund may be funded in part by community donations. Whereas the resident relief fund is being replenished to support residents in the town of Brentwood experiencing a financial hardship due to a loss of employment. Whereas eligible residents will receive a one-time only gift card not to exceed $150 per household. A limited supply of gift cards will be purchased by the fund and shall not exceed $10,500. The balance in the fund shall be used to provide utility, mortgage, rental assistance to residents as a result of hardship and will be dispersed at the discretion of the mayor and council. Total assistance provided to individuals and families shall not exceed $700. Whereas disbursements other than gift cards shall be made on behalf of any individual or family experiencing financial hardship due to the loss of employment. To be eligible, applicants need to furnish documentation as proof they reside in Brentwood and proof of loss of income. Now, therefore, be it resolved by the town council of the town, and the town of Brentwood, the following. Section 1, the following fund will be replenished to support residents impacted by loss of employment. Resident Relief Fund. Section 2, fund will be funded by the town's general fund in the amount of $30,000. Community donations may supplement the town's contribution to the fund. Section 3, each household of the town of Brentwood is eligible to receive a gift card by the fund in an amount not to exceed $150. Additional benefit disbursements from the fund will be made at the discretion of mayor and council or authorized designee. Section 4, conflicts. All resolutions or parts of resolutions in conflict with any other resolution and any of the provisions of this resolution are hereby repealed. Section 5, severability. If any section or portion of a section of this resolution is found to be invalid, unlawful, or unconstitutional, it shall not be held to invalidate force or effect of any other section or part of this resolution. Section 6, effective date. The resolution will become effective immediately upon its passage and adoption. Signatures.
Open for discussion.
Yeah, I would like to make an amendment to the resolution. And I would like to replace the phrase due to the loss of employment to due to a verified financial hardship. Because I believe that, I mean, I understand the initiative right now, but I also think that there's a lot of people who didn't necessarily lose a job who are going through really hard situations, like those affected by ICE. So I think that this would be more inclusive in that aspect and be able to help folks who are really in need right now.
I don't think does affect any of this because during the pandemic we used the same concept. We used the same. We didn't ask anything other than they have a hardship. They needed the money, and we review it and we move forward. So I don't see why, because then you are actually putting a tag to some residents, and we don't want to do that. It is open to anyone that is in need.
But it says here that it's for folks who lost their employment specifically. So that's why I wanted to make the language more broad.
Financial hardship.
Due to, right? Am I mistaken?
Yeah, I mean,
Due to loss of employment. But I also think that, you know, the police chief mentioned that there was folks who were experiencing domestic violence, right? So, I mean, I just want to make it more broad for anybody who is in need, right? That can verify that the need is valid.
I will state that this fund is specifically for those impacted by the situation at this moment. If we want to create something else for domestic violence victims or any other victims, it's different. maybe, but this is more, the intent. That's why I believe when I brought it in, the intent is to help some residents with, some funding to cover some of the bills, not entirely, because we,
Right.
you know, but that's the intent of this. Go ahead.
He had his hand first.
Did, last time that we had the fund during COVID, were all those funds exhausted?
Yep.
Those
We
funds
actually
were,
have to review it after.
yeah.
Yeah.
So those funds are exhausted, and the resident relief fund, it was funded first by CARES Act funding, and then it was funded by ARPA funding.
Yeah, this is basically you taking funding from the general fund. We don't have any other grants or anything up there. So, and we have to be cautious as well because we don't know how this is gonna impact our budget. And we can always review, once we, finish this funnel, we can come back and review, what we have or what's the, need.
Right. And we're able to pull the 30,000 from the general fund, because if you think about our budget, we didn't have, you know, any contingency or discretionary funding. So this 30,000, it's coming from the police department, general fund monies that's funding it. And that 30,000 will be subsidized, or the police department will be subsidized by the public safety revenue.
May I be recognized? I really just don't see why we can't make it for folks who are having financial difficulty. I mean, I understand that there's a lot of stuff going on right now, but I do think that at the same time, this is happening to, you know, in a different way to many other people, and that are also being affected, not just because they lost their job, but some people generally can't work, or they're you know, the head of the household is being taken away. So
Same thing, lots of,
Yes, Madam.
it means the same. Go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah, I was gonna add, I think that there could be a slightly broader understanding communicated around what we mean by loss of employment, to mean it's not just that if I lost my job because I was a federal worker and was RIFed or terminated, but if my head of household was, you know, detained, deported, whatever horrible thing is happening, that counts as like a loss to the household of employment. And so it's a more generous. I do have a few logistical questions. Just running through this, you know, dispersed at the discretion of mayor and council, you know, what's the approval mechanism for that? Sort of who is keeping track? How are disbursements being kept track? And what role, any sort of public transparency is appropriate in terms of like reporting, not necessarily on who's receiving, right, but how much is being awarded at any given time. Just
Right.
sort of that logistical things around
So,
managing a program.
We had a
Yes.
team member.
So yes, so we would have to form a resident relief committee,
Okay.
which is what we had in the past. We had a committee, and that committee reviewed applications, so there wasn't just one person making the decision. And each month, there's a report that's given by the treasurer, you know, in terms of the status of the fund and the activity.
I have one more question. Where we talk about the fund may be funded in part by community donations, I'm thinking about tax deductibility as an incentive for people to give. There's no way for folks, like if I, you know,
I think there's a minimum, or a maximum, I'm not sure, but in order to get that letter from the town, it has to be at least $500 donation.
Okay, but it does,
Mhm.
us
Yeah.
as a municipality
Yes, so
affords
yes,
people
we've-
tax deductibility.
Yes, and
Those
we've done
donations, okay.
donation letters in
Yeah.
the
Okay,
past.
great.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. That's
You're
very
welcome.
helpful.
And going back to what we did in the committee, how we formed it was that once either the town clerk or the police clerk received the application, then we had a day, once a week, we were meeting to review applications. And then it was only 2 council people, it was including myself and 1 council member more. At that time, we have the treasurer, Ms. Shelley Darcy, and we have 1 more, I think it was Giselle, I think.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so
Clerk, former
reviewing,
clerk. Mhm.
reviewing the application process and verifying what they were giving us, and then we did the disbursement.
Great.
And of course, it was coming to the council, reporting back how much funds were left.
Got it.
Because they were really quickly, the
Mhm.
applications were coming like in tons.
That's all very helpful context.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So we are familiar because we already did this program before, so it's
Right.
not no
Yeah.
new.
So this is just really like the first step to
Mhm.
establish that we're gonna have a fund.
Got it.
Mhm.
Yep.
Got it. Thank you.
Questions?
Yes, question for everybody. I think she brings up a good point. Even though we might kind of know based on past experience how to implement this, it might be worth adding a phrase or two here and there that kind of indicates some of these things, like committee will be established, right? Reporting will be made by town treasurer monthly. Just some somewhat generic information, but still gives it a little bit more, somebody reading this and this alone 5 years from now or whatever would have a little more context to know how the money was given away.
Okay.
Is that
And I,
I don't know. I don't
no,
know if that's
it
too
makes
much or
sense,
not.
and I believe that when we did this previously, it was established when with the approval of the application. So the application process and the guidelines, and it stated, that it had to go before committee review and yada yada yada.
Right.
Yeah.
But
So,
you
but
say
we
you
can-
want
but
to
we
add
can-
any language
But
in
we
here?
can adjust it. Yeah. I mean, we can do.
Yeah, and
This
maybe-
is just the draft, so we
Okay.
can revise it however you want.
Is
Mm-hmm.
it worth attaching the application as it was last time, as just like document A,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So my question now is, do we gonna be making a motion to approve this resolution pending those the language and the attachment of the application, or you wanna wait?
If I can, I would suggest that we go ahead and approve it right now, because so many people are struggling and dealing with so many problems when it comes to employment. And we're right now in the 21st day of the shutdown, and people are dealing with real world problems and can use that real world money right now.
Well, when he says it that way, I mean, how can we not?
I need a motion then, and then you can add the language that you propose.
A motion to go ahead and approve the resolution 2025-16 Resident Relief Fund.
But you have to include the language. What was the language? Jason? You should.
So I will say, it's still going to take us some time. So if it's going to take us time to get the gift cards. I can't just get those overnight. But I can probably send out the application for review
Well-
if we're trying to move forward.
Wait and see if somebody else wants to say anything. Then perhaps, since I don't know, maybe I'm the only one that's hung up on the language and the supporting. But so maybe we can do something a little in between, right? Maybe we can make a motion to approve this $30,000, right? So that you can work on gift cards and things like that. But that it doesn't actually, no monies are expended until we clean up this
Correct.
resolution.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's the
Yeah.
more into complicated resolution, but maybe we can do something like that.
And then
Okay.
when we bring back the application and the process.
Okay.
Mhm.
So yeah.
If you want to.
Okay. Since yours wasn't seconded or anything, I guess we can do that then. Okay.
So, okay.
All right.
Sounds good.
I might need help. Make a motion to approve $30,000 for resident relief fund, allowing the town administrator to move forward fiscally with the caveat that monies will not be allocated to any residents until we finalize the resolution and supporting documents at a future meeting.
Second.
All right. Please, any more question? I can have.
It's fine.
Is that
Okay.
fine?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. A
Call
little
the-
wordy, sorry.
Councilmember Glenn Harris Jr.,
Yes.
Councilmember Juan Agomian,
Yes.
Councilmember Julia Elrod,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Jerry Burgess.
Yes.
And Mayor José Termino Lopez.
Yes. Thank you. All right, so I guess we coming back on the next meeting, but you still can send us the application, Shelley, so they can
Yes.
start reviewing.
Mm-hmm.
All business. This is the town seal use policy, the draft. Okay.
So I think we can probably table
Same
that, get
okay.
through the ordinance and, yeah. But you do have it for review if you want to start looking at it.
All right. All right, so I move to the Town of Brentwood Scholarship, and this is, it was bring back to the agenda for question for Jason. If we can establish a Town of Brentwood a scholarship program.
I have not found any support for this, okay? If anyone has found support for how we can legally do this, please forward it to me for review. I've not found any support for this. If you want to, there's nothing stopping you individually from doing that. But using town money for a scholarship, I haven't found any support for it. Okay? I don't know, and I looked all over I did searches all over, anywhere to find a scholarship that was created by a city or a county that was using specific county money or city funds or town funds. I haven't been able to find it. So at this point, if you want to try to do it, if you want, I think you said at the last meeting you would use your own funds and be your own scholarship or whatever. I think you could do that. But if anyone has found anything different, please let me know.
No, what I did find out is that a lot of the elected officials, they use like their fundraising money.
Yes.
And they allocate it into an
Right.
account.
Yeah, but that's not,
But
that's not public money.
That's not public money. That's what I
Yeah,
found out.
yeah,
That's
you
how
see
they,
that.
they funded
Yeah.
all the scholarships around.
Yeah, you see members of Congress doing that all the time, but they're using money that they've raised for their own
Campaigns.
office to use. It's not coming it's not coming from government money.
Yeah.
It's just a couple questions. Totally understand that, and of course we want to stay anchored in best practice and what the law will allow. I'm wondering if there are variations or shifts in an approach from a scholarship to maybe something that is more akin to a stipend or helping identify maybe a student who is doing a local government or, municipal public admin degree at University of Maryland, and we're helping to offset the cost of their technology or books, and we're, similarly how we have this relief fund, that we're talking about helping to alleviate residents' utility bills and things like that, where it's a more of an in-kind contribution or support of a student as opposed to, and it's related to municipal government as opposed to a dedicated scholarship where you apply for said scholarship, you get, $2,000 to apply to your tuition or however, whatever your sort of academic needs are. Did you ever come across anything that sort of was geared in that way or?
I was looking for scholarship.
For scholarship. Okay,
money.
so maybe we could do some more research.
Yeah.
Just
Well, what
on
we had in the
from-
past, where we're, I don't know if you remember when we had students from the University of Maryland, they were coming to do reading after school with the kids. So those that were studying to be, I guess, teachers, they will come and they have some kids after school that they will help. So that's how we use that, but we never give them stipends. We only allow the space.
It was just the opportunity.
The opportunity to get
for hours or
hours,
Yeah,
yes.
okay.
Yeah, that we have done a lot, especially with high school students, they come, they support. We used to do a lot of cleanups before, but yeah, never, other than buying pizza and making like a little party after. No, never heard. So, all right, so I will move to the next item, which is the Brentwood Police Department service window. And I know we talked about some quotes last time, Chief. What have you find out?
Yes, we have quotes for the day, but the problem is that what y'all asking for, sliding door, or sliding window, they weren't able to give us a quote for that because the thickness of the window would be too thick to slide back and forth because it's bulletproof. But we do have 3 quotes to present tonight. As well as we are going outside of the office when people come. So if we have a person come that wants interact with us personally, we come in here or we go out in the hallway. So we are giving them that personal touch, but we definitely need to have some security of that
Did you
that
send us
office
the
over there.
quotes? I don't see those quotes.
Well, I don't know that they were actually required because we approved a not to exceed amount, but it was supposed to be for a sliding window.
If they try to do a sliding window.
Yeah.
So we already approved?
Yes.
Yeah, we approved a not to succeed, I believe it was 6,000.
Right, so what are we asking tonight?
So I'm not sure.
But we asking if possible, can we move forward with the solid window instead of a sliding window? Because we can't find any, I guess, vendor that would do a sliding one with the, I guess.
Are you asking for more money? Is that
No.
gonna cost us more?
I'm asking permission to actually move forward with what our quotes we have right now. There's a stable one-piece glass instead of a sliding window because 2 of the council people want us to have a sliding window instead of a solid window. But we can't find a vendor that can do the level 1 sliding window because of the thickness of the window.
So I think the issue is we're looking to install a bulletproof glass or window. And what we have next door at the community center right now is not bulletproof, correct? So we were able to get that one, as a sliding window. If we
Is that a
install
requirement?
What, to have bulletproof?
Is that, that's what I
Well,
wanna know.
It's
Is that a
not a
requirement?
requirement. It's the point where it's a safety issue in reference to if somebody comes in here. It's not to the point it's thick to a point where it looks intimidating. It's not like a level 3. Level 1 is pretty much a lot thinner than the level 3. It's the point where you are having some thickness to the window, and to actually have it sliding and to actually be more freely, it won't be heavy. So that's what I'm trying to come to you today, see if possible we can actually move forward with the window instead of a sliding window, a solid window.
Madam Mayor, may I be recognized? I believe that last time, when you were presenting this, you mentioned it was a requirement, according to the certification that you needed
The
to
requirement
get.
we have to have a window to keep people from coming in. Yes, we have to have secure. We can't have an open window. So it's a requirement that you have to have a window or some kind of way to secure your office with a computer. But in reference to the quality of the thickness of the window, no, it's not a requirement. But it's a point where, for the safety issue, we'd like to have some kind of way that if someone comes in here with some kind of weapon, that it has some kind of protection.
I'm gonna say this out there. I know we live in a tough timing. I've been serving 13 years almost, and we never had any incident of. And what you're presenting, I understand safety, security for the staff, but we were in another building that was 100 years old. We never had any. The reason we had that window placed there was due to pandemic and having contact directly with the staff, with the residents, because they were coming for whatever resource we have. So what I'm trying to understand is like, because I want to think that, the town that I'm representing is safe. We don't have bigger issues like that. We have all kind of issues, but not that kind. So what you're presenting to me is like, okay, you feel like we have a threat or something? Because, we never had the need unless, and this is basically a brand new building, and I don't know. I just want to, I'm trying to understand what's the level of security that you're looking for when we never had that need in the past. I don't know if I'm making sense.
Well, I mean, like I said, you know, I'm going out for the safety of my staff, and I'm not going to sit here and wait till something happens to a staff to say, well, we need to go ahead and go to a level 1. I'm not asking for a level 3, which is like, you know, to stop everything. I'm just asking for a basic protection if something does happen. And we have situations where just in this area where we had District 3 shot up a couple of years ago when an officer got killed there. So it's the point where, yes, it does happen in this area. And so I want to make sure that my officers are taken care of and are safe.
Because, I mean, if you, again, I mean, I'm trying to think here, a person that also had worked for the police department before. If you're going to put a window right there, what is that other window, the bigger window right there, is not bulletproof. So how is that going to make you safer than having a glass here but not a bulletproof in one of these? Like, anybody can come right now. So what is the?
Well, I mean, like I said, it's your decision. I already put in what I want to do. You know, it's your decision which I want me to get.
Madam Mayor?
Yes.
I actually have a question for Attorney Deloach. What sort of, I'm trying to like think through the different angles of this issue, right? What is the liability consideration for having a glass that's not bulletproof versus having one that is? Is there any risk or liability issue that we should be factoring into the decision making around that?
Well, you have to look at, I understand what the mayor is saying, but you need to look at where society is right now. Okay? We're in a much different society than we were 100 years ago, 10 years ago. Now that your chief of police has indicated that he's concerned about the safety of his staff, and if you go counter to that, the argument is that the facts were put before you by your top level law enforcement officer, and you decided to go in another direction. And as a result, my client got shot and killed. That's going to be hard to overcome. Okay? So, you know, believe it or not, there was a time when in the White House, you could just walk into the White House and you know, you just walk into the White House, right? No security. That is something you need to think about. I don't know if he gave you a specific example of something that happened. That's what you have to consider. It's not more of a fiscal issue, it's more of a safety issue. And but again, that's your decision. I'm not saying that argument in a court of law would work, but I think an objective person, and I don't know how much money we're talking about, but if it's not $2 million, that attorney is going to be saying my client's life was worth more than that amount of money. That's the way to look at this. This is a security issue.
I completely understand that, but my only question is what difference does it make, like if you want to put a glass there, but then you have all these other windows?
Well, I mean, you do have all these other windows, but I think the threat that the chief is talking about is something that is specific to the police department, where they can probably get more people. I don't know. I mean, he can speak for himself, but at least you're doing something. Okay. Now, the question to ask, will that argument work? Worst case scenario, if somebody came in here and did
A heinous crime.
what ultimately we don't want to happen, is it going to be an argument that you think a jury is going to listen to? Okay, well, we didn't have bulletproof windows. Do you think that's going to be a sufficient basis for a jury not to award money because you didn't have bulletproof windows?
No, but then again, my question will be, so if we're gonna have a bulletproof window there, we should have one at least, because I mean, back there is the police department. And then you have one glass, simple glass like this. So how effective is gonna be if you only gonna put it here and not in the side where anybody can shot through?
Well, I guess the question becomes, do we have examples of people firing through a window on the outside, or do we have mass shootings on the inside? I mean, these are the things that you have to consider is, you know, most of the mass shootings that I'm familiar with, people come in and they
They're
shoot
already
people
inside.
inside and, you know, but this is your decision, but it is a safety issue that the chief has raised.
And we have already approved funding, so is that gonna cost, how much more money are you looking for?
None. It's less than the amount that you gave me. It's way less. It's not, the money is not an issue. It's the point where the issue is on the capability of sliding that window open and close. That's the only thing that's the issue. The price is real low because we go into level 1 instead of level 3. So it's a little bit thicker than a normal window. It's not excessive, like, you know, you see like the thick windows that look kind of intimidating. It's just a level of security. And it's the point where we're going to have a shoot and also a way to speak to the people. And like I said, if you want the personal touch, we do give the personal touch. We still do that now. I don't like barriers. So when somebody comes in here, I don't talk to them through the window if they have something very important to talk to us about. We come in here, we meet them in the hallway. So we give them that one-on-one connection always. So it's the point where right now we're talking about if somebody comes in here and like a domestic come in here in a situation where we have a person that is really, you know, angry about something, we have some kind of barrier between the communication between the person and the staff. And that's when normally it gets escalated inside, not normally somebody walking up. Most of the time when somebody's coming in and saying, well, I want to know why I got this ticket, and all of a sudden it escalates. Or I wonder why my car got towed. And it escalates inside the building. That's when you start having problems. Not when people walking up. It's pretty much when people are inside the building. So I just want to have some kind of level of protection. We're not saying to do the whole window. We're talking about opening right now that I want to replace. And I think replace it with something that's going to be, you know, more secure than just a piece of thin plastic barrier.
Is that a comment?
Yeah, so something that really brought my attention that I believe the chief mentioned last time was that there was already cases where people have been really angry about their ticket, and they've reacted in a very scary way. And I believe that the folks that work there expressed that they sometimes feel that it's a scary situation. And I believe that, you know, we did decide that we were going to allow it, and we wanted to have like something that can open and close, but they didn't allow it. I mean, they don't have it available. So, I mean, I want to support the recommendation personally, because I think it's if that's the case, you know, I think that the stop sign camera ticket stuff that has going on, it has been a heated has been a heated topic, and I can see that this is something new that we have, so something that probably didn't happen before, and so I personally want to support, because I do think it's necessary, and I do want our staff to feel safe.
And Mayor, it's way under the budget that you gave me. Way under the budget.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
I just want to make the not the argument, but I mean, find out more how, you know, with thinking about the environment that we're living now on, that sometimes we don't perceive that is something happening, but at the end, you know, we don't want to face any issues or, you know, losses with that. Go ahead.
Thank you. So I'm just going to quickly sort of summarize what I'm hearing as the actual question at hand and tee that up for sort of my perspective. So the question is, do we proceed with non-bulletproof window that allows sliding
Right.
to give that personal interaction, that human touch dynamic, or to proceed with the bulletproof glass that doesn't slide and the cultural establishment for the town staff that in instances where it is appropriate and staff feel safe and particularly compelled to come out and still offer that human touch, that sort of in-person, you know, sort of municipal service, public servant kind of perspective in the lobby, I would personally say let's opt for the more safe option of the bulletproof glass, knowing that we are still going to be offering that human connection component by coming out from behind the desk when appropriate and necessary. To me, that just makes a lot more sense. It's a way that we can accomplish both things reasonably without, sort of putting people at risk. Even if that risk right now, there isn't a documented case of something significant like that happening in the town of Brentwood, you sort of plan for the worst and hope for the best in these types of situations, I think. So I'm supportive of the single pane of bulletproof glass and the adoption of town staff sort of approach to how can we show up for the people who come to seek our help.
All right.
Madam Mayor,
I need a motion.
Can I just make one more comment?
Yeah.
Just to answer, I remember that the chief also brought up last time that it's not necessarily about, if there were something to happen and there's already a barrier, it gives people, like, if someone were to, like, get out and come around, it gives them enough time to get to security. So I think that was just trying to answer your question on what would make the difference if there's a glass window outside. If I'm not mistaken, chief.
So we're gonna make a motion before?
Yeah. I motion to approve the single pane option.
Second.
All right. Any more discussion?
Question. How many folks did you talk to about putting a robust sliding glass door in there? How many companies did you?
We spoke to 4 companies, sir. We called back the companies that we already had some quotes for them. They said that they can do what you call level glass, where you have a thick here and then 2 thicks here, but it don't move. You just you have like a little zigzag, but it's still not be able to slide back and forth. The 1 inch is about, I think the level 1 is probably like a 1/4 inch, and it says it's kind of heavy. So if you slide it, it's gonna get to a point where it's hard to move back and forth. It's hard to slide it back and forth. So they say they don't really recommend that. They said they could do it, but it's the point where it becomes cumbersome. And then when it gets to a point where it won't move or gets stuck, it's gonna be a problem. They don't recommend that. They said they can actually modify anything you want, but they don't recommend it. Now, you want to go that way, they can, but it's to a point where they don't really recommend it.
So then just to clarify, it wasn't that you couldn't find anybody. You found people that could do it, but the company
They don't recommend
they didn't
it.
want to do it.
No, they don't recommend it.
Yeah.
They can.
But you did find them though,
We found
right?
we found people that won't do it at all. We have 2 of them that said they can actually modify a slide to do it, but it's gonna be at the point where it's cumbersome, and they don't recommend it because the heaviness of the window.
Yeah, I'm only pushing because that's a different scenario than you presented 20 minutes ago when you couldn't find anybody to do the sliding window.
No, they don't recommend it in
Yeah, but that's a different argument.
well, 1 or 2 said,
In one, you're saying that nobody will do it, and in which case we
No.
don't have any choice.
Well,
but
no.
now you're telling me that people could do it, they just didn't recommend it.
well, I'm sorry, no one has it in their spectrum to do it. I have 2 we call fabricators that would build one if you really want something. They could put anything together. It's to a point where they don't recommend it because of the heaviness of the thing. So I'm going to you and telling you that it's not recommended for 1. 2, they don't encourage us to do that.
Anyone else? Before I move? The recorder roll.
Councilmember Glenn Harris Jr.,
Yes to the single pane option.
Councilmember Juana Alamian,
I wanna
abstain.
Abstain.
I want to abstain.
Councilmember Julia Elrod,
Yes to the single pane.
Vice Mayor Jerry Burgess.
Interesting that we're taking so much time on what seems to be a simple thing. Normally, I would go yes, but I must admit I was perturbed that I didn't understand the situation as well in the beginning as I do now. I find that a little troubling. On the other hand, I also don't want to totally ignore the request from the chief police officer in town. But I think I just want to make sure that moving forward, whatever the issue is, we're really as clear as we can be when we come to council. Yes.
And Mayor Sitimia Lopez.
Yeah, I just want to echo that, Chief, that one of the reasons we request 3 codes is because we want to hear from professionals what is that they're recommending or what are they saying, but we also wanted to see in paper, not just, not that we don't trust you, but we want to read what the experts are saying. And I guess that's kind of like troubling because you were saying one thing and then the other thing. And so sometimes, for make a decision, and it will be important too that those quotes that you receive or you say you contacted somebody, that is sent to us before the meeting so we can review and make decisions based on that. Because we understand recommendations, and of course you have our attorney here trying to protect any liability to the town, same thing here, but it's important for us to have a backup, something to read, something to be able to make decisions, because we're not professional, we don't know anything about windows. So, but you telling me that, yes, you can slide the window, no, you cannot slide the window. I don't know anything. I don't know how the window is going to look either. So, but we're going to trust you this time, but please make sure that.
Well, let me be clear. It's the point where I'm the kind of person that I don't go with somebody say I can fabricate something when it's something about safety. And when a person said he could fabricate it, it doesn't mean it's going to be safe. And he even said that, he doesn't recommend it. But he said anything can be fabricated. And that's true. Anything can be fabricated. So that's why I mentioned it, because I don't want anything fabricated. I don't want anybody to come over here and try to piece something together just to please somebody. I want something that's going to be sturdy, that nobody can kick in. When you have things on tracks, things can be kicked in. I don't want things like that. So if I misspoke about something, I apologize. It's the point where I don't like anything fabricated.
Okay.
When it comes
Well,
to the
I
point
mean,
where
and that's
I
a valid
see
thing.
if someone says that, we do it, and here it is, we do it, it's different than someone said, I can go ahead and fabricate something.
But it's valid. I mean, your opinion is valid. Everything you're saying is valid. But the point is that, we're trying to make a decision here to support your case. But when you have different versions, it's kind of hard to make. And then I will say, okay, I'm going to say yes. But then I'm thinking, did I do the right decision?
Right.
Based on what you were telling us.
What I'm
but I
saying
will
is,
say
no one has it in their portfolio to do a sliding level 1. Nobody. No one has that in their planning, in their booklet, in their things. I had 2 people say they could fabricate something, okay? And he said, well, we can fabricate it, but we don't recommend it. Well, I'm gonna bring that up when it's something that's fabricated. It's not something that's in there, because that's a liability right there, if you ask me. They don't know if it's gonna withstand something. They don't know if it's gonna have to take something. They are trying to please us because they say they can fabricate something. I don't go with that. That's, to me, that's unsafe because they have been tested. And if something in their list of things they have, that this is what they have, that's something totally different.
That's good. Yeah. All right. Thank you, Chief, for that. Larry, yes. So is a move on. Thank you. All right. Moving down to new business, the memorandum of understanding, the MOU. Oh, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. Because this we do every year, this MOU to collect salt. So we talked about, okay, perfect. Sorry.
And C, the
C,
public art. unveiling
the
is
public
gone.
art unveiling, yes. Town administrator.
Actually, mass notification text and call system, I'm going to turn that over to our town clerk and let him speak on that. No, that's your baby.
Good evening, council, residents. I am the one that kind of brought up the mass notification text and call systems. I will be clear and say that so far we have 2 quotes. I have one more meeting tomorrow for another company's demo. So I'm hoping I can get that, if not before next work session. So far I met with Civic Plus and TextMyGov. Civic Plus, as we may know, is kind of the host for most of our software, whether it be agendas or the website. And iWorks is the one that's kind of hosting our Public Works software and internal Public Works software. TextMyGov has a basic kind of software that doesn't really compare to Civic Plus. So what I requested was for them to kind of give us the premium pricing to kind of compare of what it does come with and what it doesn't come with. Even at that, TextMyGov is still missing one piece that Civic Plus offers, which is the iPause system. So basically, Civic Plus will train someone from the town and give us FEMA training to send out notifications if anything's happening and whatnot. But the whole idea of this program and software is to kind of be more transparent to our residents that don't have email, that don't understand what a text is sometimes. Someone that doesn't speak English or Spanish at that, whether they speak French or Arabic or Creole, these softwares, Civic Plus offers 25 different voice languages. So if we have a senior getting a call about flooding in their street, they don't have to worry about that text message coming through and they can't read it. And they offer 50 different languages for text messages as well. There's an unlimited user, so the green team can have their own text messages, the Public Works team, the Citizens Advisory Committee can have their own group to kind of tailor to everyone specifically. And that's where we are.
So you're gonna be comparing prices between Civic Plus and TextMyGov? Is that
And
what?
Everbridge is the last one.
Okay. All right, so no action tonight, it's just like you're gonna find out which one
I'm just
works
waiting for the
best.
last one. I thought that, I had a meeting this morning, but they didn't give the pricing. They want me to do the demo and then give me the pricing.
Okay,
But yeah. And then we do have 2 demos from TextMyGov and Civic Plus that I can forward to you guys, the kind of the aspect of what it is and how it really rolls out. And the cool thing is also that whatever we send as a text or a call can be posted to Facebook right away. So it integrates the systems all together, and it has a widget on the website as well.
excellent. Just one last thing for you, Larry. Did we launch the new website?
Yes, we launched that a month ago, maybe.
All right, because you didn't make a big thing of all
No,
the
we
work that you
did. We
did.
put in a newsletter, and there was a Facebook post as well.
Okay, well,
He's
thank-
modest, that's why.
Yeah. Mhm.
I like the Civic Plus just.
Yes. All right, well, next item will be the public
I
art.
think we got.
Just a
Oh,
quick-
you have quick.
It's a question,
ahead.
not, I'm going to address it to the town clerk, but it actually goes to all of us. Any of these text alert systems are only as good as the number of phone numbers we have in there, right? So if we do go this route, I just think there needs to be a more renewed effort to get willing participants in the system.
If I may, I will say Civic Plus. So Chevrolet is a town that already has this software. As soon as you go to their website, it'll say sign up for updates. In that menu, you can pick what languages you want to receive, what type of groups you want to sign up for,
Mhm.
and do you prefer text or phone calls. As far as TextMyGov, what they'll basically do for us if we go with them is they'll give us signs with, hey, text 667 and say hello to kind of get going at no cost.
Signs that go around town, is that
Yep,
what you meant by that? Okay.
Yeah, and I think we have some of that when we were, the police department was doing the
alerts.
the alerts.
Maybe for future events, we can make sure that we have
Mhm.
like a little table or something where we can
And
give
show
out
them how to.
information.
Councilmember Roth.
Yes, just something that, like, when it became clear what this was, is when we're looking at the options is to understand, like, you know, I just personally get lots of sort of group-wide communications. And so, you know, especially when we're talking about communicating, like, your street is flooded, like, thinking about programs that are gonna get us past people's, spam filters, both in terms of calls and texts. I'm just, I haven't looked deeply, so I'm sure that they've thought about that, but it's something to be mindful
Yeah,
of, like,
so,
what are we doing to get past those
both
things?
of them, after you get a certain amount, it'll give you like a little icon to save into contacts.
Got it.
And then, you know how usually when you text someone randomly, it may say maybe Rosie or maybe Jerry. It'll be something like that right away, so that we consumers and residents don't kind of
Yeah.
get lost on what it is.
And maybe we can, at those tabling events, be like, hey, we can show you how to save this to your contact so that it's, we're giving them some personal touch of like how it becomes useful for
Yeah.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent.
I hate to digress too much, but I'm imagining that we're gonna have a decent turnout for the Halloween activities down there. Is it worth having some little side gig somewhere to collect
Oh, we
phone
can.
numbers? Just
We don't have a table already. They're signing kids up for our youth program, so we can actually incorporate that with the table.
That's
Okay.
good. All right. Thank you, Larry. Public art.
No, table.
No, it's table.
Gone.
Oh, good. Okay. You don't want to talk about those beautiful paintings? Okay, fine. Request of 3,000 to purchase a storage container. Need a motion before discussion?
I make a motion to approve the purchase of a storage container for $3,000.
Second.
All right. So now open the floor for discussion, questions. Chief, you want to explain?
Yes. What we want to do is we want to keep on making sure that all our community events have adequate equipment that we can use constantly over and over again every year. The way we have things set up now is that things are in closets and stuff. Sometimes people don't know where things go or where things were put the last time. We want to have one central location that all our materials, our tents and everything will be stored in one location where it's be safe and we be able to reuse things on a yearly basis. So our recommendation is to get a storage container that's used, that's refurbished, that is going to be posted back there by Public Works yard and can be actually painted by our artists in the community to actually make it look beautiful and stuff. So that's our suggestion.
So I know we talked about this, Chief. This is a container that we're gonna have outside our building. How's this is gonna work?
It's gonna be outside storage. It's the same kind of container you see on ships, that cargo containers that have the heavy duty walls, and it keeps moisture out, so you won't have to worry about rusting or mildew of your equipment. It's very ventilated, so it's a good way to store your items. You see it in all the commercial areas that have a lot of people that actually buy these to actually store their equipment. It's very secured. There is very hard to break into them.
Do you send us the quotes?
The size is 40 foot long by 9 foot high by 8 foot wide.
And this is gonna be placed where?
A Public Works yard.
And this is $3,000 a year, or how is this?
No, it's one time you purchase it, you own it.
Okay.
And there's no quote here.
We have
Just
quotes.
You have quotes.
We have 3 quotes.
I'm thinking about the logistics of this. So it's gonna be stored at the Public Works yard. When we store things for events, I'm just thinking through like accessibility of like, I'm gonna use a Halloween, the haunted house experience, right? Because that's sort of like a way that I can think sort of tangibly about it. So we have all of the decorations or whatever sort of supplies that we need for the haunted experience, right? We go and we put that all lives in that storage container. We pull it. Is the idea that we pull? Somebody, whoever's setting it up, goes and pulls it out, and it goes and gets set up right away? Is there like I'm just thinking about like, and this might be a very simplified way to think about it, but it's like I have a deep pantry and the things that I put in there are not the things that I need on a routine basis. Is that, I'm sorry if this is a little convoluted, but I'm just trying to think about the utility of like this large shipping container that's sort of off the beaten path of where our events are being held, and what that will look like sort of in the day-to-day
right.
management of it and use of it.
Right.
Maybe
Well,
I'm thinking.
No, I'm glad you brought that up. So it's different than having somewhere you store your chairs and your tables that you use constantly.
Sure.
Okay, this is something like your annual events, like if you have your Halloweens, your Christmas, your Easter, your International Day events. When you have big items that you want to reuse over and over again, we spending money on stuff that we don't want to reuse constantly. We don't want to have to go back every year and purchase stuff because we can't find it or it's damaged because it's stored improperly. We won't have shelving in there. We won't have sections where everything goes. So it's easy for us to maintain it and easy for us to actually go to it when we need it.
Got it. Yeah, I guess I'm thinking like if we have like, just say we have a town event once a month, and I'm gonna pick something large that a shipping container that's 40 feet long would warrant the stage. If we were to procure our own stage, like to me that makes sense to keep in something like that. But I just, is that too big for like what we would be storing for those events, like a Christmas tree or Christmas decorations, or I don't know. I'm thinking sort of like, is the solution too big for what our actual need is?
Well, I wish I could show you the one we have over at Cottage City because we have it set up to a point where you can walk down the aisle.
Okay.
So things on the side. So it's not like you stack things up, you can't get to it.
Okay.
So things are stacked on the side and you have a walkway, your aisles walk down through the middle of it to actually get what you need. So like for instance, if you want to reuse something like Christmas and Halloween, sometimes you might use the same things like lights.
Sure.
You don't want things to be always in the back where you got to pull everything out to
Right.
get to it. And that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
this could be
just bring
organized
it
to a point where you can walk down the middle and you actually go right to the section where things are. So it won't be like just jammed in there and you got to pull everything out to get to stuff. No.
And so in addition to the 3,000 for the container itself, we would need additional funding for shelving units in there as well.
No, that's all included.
Oh, that's all included.
Yes.
Okay.
Madam Mayor, may I make a comment? I just want to make sure that you're considering what the community garden and all of that stuff that the green team is going to be having. I just want to make sure that there's space.
Yes, this is gonna be on the gravel, not on the where you're gonna have your actual groundbreaking to do your gardening. And also, it's nice to actually have something that you got actually paint. You put a mural on it, a refugee garden onto it. So it's the point where it's a lot of people are painting them and making them look really nice with artwork.
Yeah, I've seen
If
more.
it's approved, will you please allow us to know exactly what the location will be? Because even though you see some gravel in there, that's supposed to be removed to build our community garden.
Oh, most definitely.
Yeah,
We will
'cause
make
we
sure
don't
that,
want
you know.
that. You know, we've been waiting for that space for a
Yes.
long time.
Yeah, but
We
the
don't
yard is
want-
pretty big, and like I said, it's something that we can meet with the garden people to make sure that we're not impeding on their areas.
Mhm.
You know.
That
So
includes-
I will walk the space with the chief and identify the area because I know the location there we want to put the community garden. And as well as having some space for potential nursery as well,
Yeah.
yeah,
Mhm.
so.
Were any questions?
Yeah.
Do we need a permit? I forgot to ask that.
Permit. Just in terms of storage and using space that we have the water distribution pump station down there, the roundhouse, that has been used for storage at different times. I suspect it's probably a bit of a mess right now.
Mm-hmm.
But is it worth us at least putting some electrical lighting on the inside and working with that space to use it for permanent storage?
Absolutely. One of the reasons, or we're limited in terms of utilizing the roundhouse, is because there's no lighting in there. I think there's some additional work we'd have to do because there is that open floor space where you can go down to the bottom of it. We wouldn't want anybody falling through that. But, you know, there was also talk, you know, it's historic.
Right.
We might be able to actually find some money to actually restore that building as well.
Right.
Well, I shouldn't say, but to renovate it, I should say.
At one point, it was thought to be useful for the community garden as well for storage. It's actually a pretty neat individual place. I wonder if, I hate to ask, but is it possible to get a quote or two on putting lighting in there, proper lighting in there, so that at least we can get started with clean out, that people aren't gonna fall through and get injured?
Sure.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, my question was, do we require to have a permit just because we're going to have an accessory?
No, you don't need a permit for this because it's coming already built. Most of the time you need a permit if you want to start digging or or have to construct it or put it together. This is coming already fabricated, ready to go.
Yeah.
Okay.
We don't need a
Meant to
slab
be
or
a
anything.
storage.
It just sits on the,
See me?
It's kind of, sorry, Madam Mayor, may I be recognized? It's like pre-built, meant to be a storage, like those pods, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
it's not gonna be just like a shipping container.
It is a shipping container.
Right, I know, but it's like modified, is what you're saying.
No, it's a shipping container. It's just the
It comes
point
with
where,
shelves, right?
no, we put the shelves in it. It's a shipping container that's open inside. There's nothing in it. But what happens is they make sure that everything's working on it. They get all the things out of it. So it's a point where it's coming here. It's not being painted. They don't paint it no more in this area. But it's coming as is. But everything is working on it.
Gotcha.
So nothing's broken. You won't have a broken thing. You have something that's operational.
Madam Mayor?
Yeah.
Just again, to clarify, the 3,000 is the so instead of saying it's the purchase of purchase a storage container, it would be 3,000 to cover the cost of the storage container, which is an amount under 3,000, and then an additional amount for the shelving units, since it doesn't come with it.
Yes, all the estimates are way lower than 3,000. 3,000 is what we shooting for. Everything is coming in lower than that.
Okay.
And so it's the point where we have enough room that we actually buy some inexpensive shelving to go inside it.
Okay.
And also the painting, if it needs to be painted.
May I make a comment? So I think it would be very helpful if you can like itemize the stuff like, hey, this is how much we need for the shipping container. This is how much money we need for the shelves, so that we can get a clear image of like how much we really need for this, not just like an estimate of like $3,000 and we think that's enough. Personally, I think that would just be helpful for us to make a smart financial decision and making sure that.
No, we have the 3 estimates now to show
Do
you.
you have it with
Yeah.
you? Because I have not received anything. I was looking through my emails to see if I have estimates.
I can go and get the estimates.
Those things need lighting.
But that's, it's coming with lighting?
No, once you open the doors, you see it's nice.
Well,
Okay.
obviously, but if we have to store things, it has to be during the day.
Right. You know, I think that sort of then, it gives a piece of the utility question of like, well, if we're not putting lights in it, you know, it is, if we needed someone to go and get something out of there, you know,
Right now.
right now, it would be difficult. So it just, it shifts when people are accessing it, what they're accessing it for, and decisions around how the stuff in there gets utilized and how it gets planned for, right?
Yeah.
So if for some reason, you know, we needed to get stuff out of there at a certain point and it's dark, we need lights, if we have to get it out because there's a staff person available to go get it that particular time, but then we can't do setup, that stuff then has to live somewhere temporarily, whether that's in the space where it's gonna be set up. But it's just thinking through, like, what is the throughput of how it gets used, right? I would like to see quotes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then the quotes for the roundhouse as well, in sort of a
Well, but
comparison.
that's different from the roundhouse because you're going to need an electrician to give us a quote, how much it's gonna, that's a separate.
Yes, yes.
Oh, but you're saying
I'm
that
saying to be able
to-
to see,
to
compare
compare.
one option over the other as that was sort of what I took from the vice mayor, was like, is there an option to pursue one over the other? And what would the cost differential between those two things?
Yeah.
Sorry if I
No, no,
misunderstood what
no.
you were saying.
I think that,
Yeah.
I think that, yes, although I'm not opposed to the,
Yeah.
Yeah.
both,
Not
I'm not
opposed
opposed to
to
both.
it.
They just, that
Right.
in order to get the storage thing, yeah, you wanna see the quotes, you wanna see what else is going on, is there gonna be lighting, is there, how much is the paint for the art decals, all those things should just be built into
Right.
a package.
A
proposal,
package,
so.
Right.
Yeah. Do you wanna wait for this or can, table and come back?
I think we should come back.
Okay, cause we have a motion
Yeah,
on the
'cause he
floor,
knows-
so,
knows
but,
what we want now.
alright, so let
Withdraw
me
my
move to the
second.
next one. This is an easy request, cause I do it every year. This is a request for $2,500 for the Senior Society Thanksgiving dinner
Right.
that we've been hosting. So we have a representative tonight from the, senior, committee. Thank you, Ms. Pat, for being here tonight. So the,
Would you like
the-
a motion?
yes, I need a motion and let me see the date, cause, the date will be on
13th.
November the 13th.
13th.
Yes.
Make a motion to approve $2,500 for the Senior Society Thanksgiving dinner from the general funds by a line item appointed by the treasurer.
Second.
Second.
Well, great. All in favor, say aye. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye, so moved. Thank you.
And Mayor,
Moving
just
forward
for,
on
just
that one.
for
I replaced the sodas, by the
clarification, are
way.
you doing a lunch or a dinner?
No, we usually, well,
I got the
early
sodas.
dinner. They prefer like
Oh,
a
gotcha.
dinner, early dinner.
Okay.
We usually do from 5 to 8, right? 5 to 8, yeah. And next item will be a request for $4,500 for the Thanksgiving baskets.
Do you want a
I
motion?
need a motion? Mm-hmm.
Yes.
A motion to approve $4,500 for the 2025 Thanksgiving baskets.
Second.
Okay. Shelley, you determine where we're going to be getting this money? Do you have a
Yeah, it'll come from the recreation line item.
recreational?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we can add that into the motion. That is coming from the recreational.
Make a motion to amend the existing motion that the $4,500 will come from the recreation line in the budget.
Second.
All right. All in favor, say
Aye.
aye.
Just a quick question. Could you paint a picture of what these look like?
Yes, so it'll be a box.
Okay, box. Yeah.
Inside
turkey.
that box will be a turkey.
Oh,
there-
remember we were given turkey or ham, because some people don't
Mhm.
turkey. So we have.
So turkey or ham.
Mm-hmm.
Yams, cans of string beans,
Okay.
corn,
Potatoes,
stuffing,
tomatoes.
cranberry sauce.
Thank you.
All,
great.
all the fixings for a great Thanksgiving
And
dinner.
about how many baskets does that make then?
So
If we
we're
buy
trying to
in
do
bulk,
50. We usually donate to Thomas Stone, so we're
Okay.
hoping to give Thomas Stone half of that, and we'll have 25 for whomever else needs a
Yeah.
basket.
And you're sure that's enough money?
we're still looking for donations. Sometimes, churches and other organizations or elected officials,
Sometimes
they
we get
donate.
donations, so we're kind of counting on that. I just ran some rough numbers, and so my numbers are about $600 more than this.
Yeah.
But we're going to try to do it for 45. But if you want to give me more,
No,
I'll take it.
look, I don't know why. I just think there are times of the year where we can give joy to individuals.
Yes.
Thanksgiving is almost clearly one of them, depending on no matter where you're from.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody likes a yam and some cornbread and a tofurkey. So if you need
I like ham.
$5,200, I think we should
Yeah.
do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So not to exceed $5,200.
I move to amend the motion on the floor to provide $5,200 from the recreation budget line for the 2025 Thanksgiving baskets.
Excellent.
Thank you.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So move. All right, so I guess we're just waiting for the chief for those quotes. Do you want to hold onto that for review, or you want to move forward tonight to allocate not to exceed $3,000 maybe?
I think we need not just the 3 quotes, but
Yeah.
any additional items, painting, decorations, LED battery lights, whatever it is
Whatever's
to make
needed.
that place fully functional next meeting.
Okay.
I agree.
All right, so Chief is still looking for his document.
I'll let
So
him know that.
the-
gonna be
So we're
tabled.
gonna table this item for
Yes.
review. And again, if we have to make a decision, we can easily,
Special.
a special
Right,
meeting
right.
to approve funding.
Yeah, we can get it done quickly.
Is that, you have one more thing? You have a comment?
Going back to turkeys, if you don't mind, to Thanksgiving baskets. So residents can call in starting tomorrow, or you can send an email tonight, and it'll close on November 10th.
November 10 is the last day to
Mhm.
request your basket.
Mhm.
Can you, Charisse, work on a flyer and post it everywhere, and we can also share that with the residents as well?
Bilingual. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't know it was gonna be on the agenda.
All right. So, but still, I mean, the quote for electricity will be not tonight, because they have to
Right.
request that.
No, and she brought up a good point. There's tons of like historical grants and stuff like that that we can use. I mean,
I'm thinking about the roundhouse, it's the historical part, because that's been, I think at one point there was a bunker or something.
I think it's always been a water distribution center. But you know, Moreland, I'm sorry, he's babbling, but we have a former council member, Gina Moreland, who is also interested in historical restoration of that. And there might be money for it somewhere.
Probably.
I was really impressed in MML, how they really utilize that. Like,
Shelley, maybe that's something that you want to look into, see how we can get a, preservation grant for the roundhouse.
Oh, yes,
Mhm. Yeah.
And it's on the to-do list.
Yeah, I know, because I know it needs some repairs on the wooden part that I noticed that is like
Right.
the cave-in.
have to get designation first, right?
Yeah,
Yes, that would be my first step, is
to Okay.
designation.
I'm not sure, but I think one of our North Brentwood neighbors has some background in
Yes.
Mhm.
preservation.
okay, yes.
So, yeah, maybe he can help us out again.
Chief, we're going to table, this item
Nice.
just to gather all the information
No,
and
I'm fine
and
with, I'm
funding.
fine with that. It was no rush, it's the point where I didn't know it was on an agenda. I wasn't prepared
Mhm.
for it.
Yeah.
But I had the three quotes.
No, and please don't get us that wrong. You know, you probably gonna learn on your way. It's just a month that you'll be in these meetings,
Right.
but you have to bring us everything that, especially for the regular council meeting, because this is the action on night. That way we vote for
No, I-
things,
I was
not just
prepared.
discussion. But
Yeah.
just give us a heads up ahead of time, any ideas, whatever it is, but supply us with paper.
Yeah,
Trail
well,
support.
I wasn't really thinking it was gonna be on the agenda tonight, so, I mean,
Oh,
I apologize.
okay. All right, well, no problem. So we can revise this on the next meeting, so that way, because I don't think it's a bad idea. Everybody is in agreement that we need that. 'Cause
there's no rush.
they don't storage or equipment properly. So, all right, public comments?
So, yeah, two things. One, I'm gonna take responsibility for the storage container being on the agenda, because I thought from my discussions, we were ready to move forward. But also, Ms. Pat, perhaps you might wanna speak on this. I did tell or promise Ms. Pat I would mention to you guys, she had a suggestion that we consider maybe having some benches in certain areas throughout town, especially for our seniors, because some of them do like to get out and walk, but they find that they need to sometimes take breaks. And it would be helpful to have some benches throughout town.
Yeah, I'm all, that sounds
Yeah.
great.
yeah,
With-
I'm with that.
With
Oh,
some
we-
nice trees nearby for shade.
Absolutely.
You know, this could be something that we can use the, Shelley,
Yeah.
the
You
pro-
guys can-
the project charge grant that we applied for, and it's like all capital.
So
So,
just bring that over to her.
Yeah.
and talk to
Yeah,
her.
I'll talk to her about it.
great suggestion on our part, though, that we can't just stop there, right? Because appropriate sites need to be figured out.
Yes,
Right?
yes.
And all
Mhm.
those kind of things, funding. So if we want to make that happen, it's going to require.
Yeah, there's a
real
little
follow-up.
more work.
Formal.
I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm just following through on my promise,
Very good.
to,
Keep going.
to share this idea with the mayor and the
I'm
council.
with that.
Yeah.
Um,
And before I forget, one thing that we didn't add, because I thought that I would bring back this on their work session, in the process of cleaning up. Well, thank you, Chief, for all the work, because I walked by and I know you have removed a lot of the stuff from the old chief office and the and where we have, because I'm in the process of getting the food pantry. So and the way I will do it is also gonna be seeking for donations for Capital Food Bank and others, so we can establish that before Thanksgiving too. So that's my goal. Anything else for the good? You have a comment?
Yeah, Hartman.
Yeah, you stand here and make your comment. Yes.
Name and street.
Name, and what was the last name?
And then just give your street.
Street? Yeah. Okay, got you. Cornell Wade, my name is Cornell Wade. I live on 39th Street, 38th Street, sorry. First off, thank you so much for giving me the floor. It's a pleasure to meet all of you all. I represent the Royalty Institute for Leadership and Innovation. We are a school and community outreach program that has done some programming in the community for the past year. Thump Yard down the street with Jonathan and Rigo, also with the Senior Association, with the car wash. We are working at the town of Mount Rainier. We have a mentoring program that we are very excited to explore, starting with Chief Ayers, who we've worked with for a couple of years when we were in Colmar Manor. So I just wanted to introduce myself to you all, and really, not really questions right now, but just want to make sure that we as adults are always considering the youth in the community, programming ways to really enrich their experience as young people. I believe that we have a great group of young people in our community right now. We work with about 35 of them on various projects, initiatives, and I just want to make sure that we're always centering them and their development in some way when it comes to town leadership. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I
Thanks
think
so much.
we have, I talked to Ms. Dorsey Washington today that we're gonna be looking forward to meet with you just to see what your plans are, and then we go from there. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And so, Mayor, before we adjourn, and I know this isn't on the agenda, but I just want to go, I guess as a matter of record, the letter that the chief presented that was going to be submitted to Prince George's County authorizing the additional streets, not installation of stop cameras, but authorization for us to at least have control of, our stop camera activity. That was approved, I can't remember the exact date, but it was in fact approved. And I just wanted to go on record saying that because there were some questions about whether or not there was an approval.
They were approved by the county.
So,
Oh, it was.
when the council, mayor and council
Mayor and
approved the
council
letter.
approved the letter, yes. the
Right,
letter.
not installation, but the
Okay,
letter was
the
approved,
letter.
and that was in question. And so I just wanted to clarify that in this meeting tonight.
Yes.
Okay.
So
October 21st.
we approved the letter.
Right, letter only.
But that to send,
No.
the approval was to send, submit it
Right.
to the county council.
What the county
County
council
and then
needs,
state.
what the county council needs right now is approval of the minutes of their hearing. That y'all approve that, what was said in the meeting is on record. And that's what they need. So, we just need y'all approve the minutes or the discussions at their hearing so they can move forward.
Yeah. But we didn't have any.
They're made, it was just like a 20-minute meeting.
Okay.
Okay,
No,
So,
I'll send them out tomorrow.
thank you.
all right. Anything else before we adjourn this meeting of the mayor and council? Need a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn the meeting of the mayor and town council on Tuesday, October 21st, 2025.
Second.
At time?
Oh, it is 9:24 p.m.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
So move. Thank you so much. Great.
Jason, you got 30 seconds.